everything is energy, and our life is really reflective of energy operating or vibrating at different frequencies. And I'd like to say that it is the idea of different radio stations. If we can think of this in terms of country and western and symphony and pop music and jazz, that these are different radio stations that we know we can dial into on our radio. And it's similar to that in our system, that our consciousness is dialed into different energy frequencies. Now, how that applies to our physical well-being, our physical health, and our physical lives, and our dynamic interactions with each other is kind of like this. It's pretty hard to dial into jazz and expect to get a country and western song. It kind of never happens, okay? So sometimes we can be intending to have a deep, meaningful engagement with someone, and we may be dialed into a certain frequency, and they're dialed into another. And until we learn how to sense and feel and be present with whatever radio station they're dialed into, it makes it pretty difficult for us to actually have it roll out the way that we want it to. Now, here's the awesome thing about that, is that when you drop into your heart space, you actually are plugging into kind of a big broadcast system that covers all of the radio stations. It's kind of like not the best analogy, but you remember the emergency broadcast system that would doot, doot, this is just a test, this is only a test, you know, da-da-da. But no matter what radio station you were listening to, they tuned into it. They came into all of our radio stations. So on a functional, practical sense, there is a broadcasting system within you that comes from the heart space. So when you are in a conflicted situation where you're dialed into one frequency and they're dialed into another one clearly, and there's this hit and miss happening, the thing to do is to be the first one to drop your defenses of the fact that they're not listening to your radio station, and have the wherewithal to plug into your bigger broadcast station, because you will be able to connect with them at that point. It's essentially, instead of going mind to mind, you're going to go heart to mind. When you go heart to mind, you get through. When you go mind to mind, you butt heads pretty regularly. Have you noticed? Or is that just me? Yeah, no, I get it. That's how it happens. That's what happens. And so